Dreamers, episode 73. What is happening? Daydreaming coming at you. All right, let's catch up. And so, let's see here. Dream stream action that's been happening the whole last week. So much went on, like a lot. So we beat Earthbound on Retro Fridays. That was great. Then we played a little bit of Punch Out. Again, got stuck at the Macho Man. Same thing. Get to Macho Man, lose to him, get back up to Macho Man again, lose to him again, and then get stuck at Sandman because it's at the end of the whole stream and I'm exhausted. He sucker punches me and it's good to go. So Retro Fridays, great. We put a new poll up there, and Super Mario RPG is going to be the next Retro Friday. Just to give you a caveat, this Retro Friday is not going to be Super Mario RPG. We're going to do a cosplay stream. Tomorrow's YouTube video will explain to you that again in case you guys do not know. Alright, so then Steam Saturdays came around and we went to town on Darkest Dungeon. So much fun. Like, we played for hours and hours and hours. It was such a lit stream. Like, I think it was my best viewership in regards to max viewers for the evening. We got up to 141 or 147. I'd have to look one more time for the exacts, but for me it was just like, whoa, because I mean we've had moments where we've been around the hundreds, between 100 and like 120, somewhere around there, but this superseded that. And then I've had a higher concurrent average than that one said I was, because we kind of start out slow for the evening. It seems like Saturdays, it starts out slow before it really starts to pick up. And so it was just, oh my gosh, it was great. There were so many things that happened, and hopefully you guys get to be there for that. And if you didn't, you can always watch the old school VOD that stays around for about 2 weeks from the original date that it airs. And eventually in the future, we'll have a lot longer with that. But for now, that's the case. Okay. Rolling into Speedrun Sundays, we tried to triple PB. We did not triple PB. But we started out the day great. We were able to actually start, I told you guys we're going to do this whole like, whoa, what's going to happen special on Speedrun Sundays? I had learned the trick to go to that specialty pause screen, which I guess is technically probably like the save screen for Link's Awakening. And we were able to shave off over 4 minutes, and we're this close to being sub 2 hours for Link's Awakening. Once I really get in a good groove with that, we should be able to shave off like 2 more, 3, 4 more minutes with that move. And because what happens, it allows us to skip the text box when we open up a treasure chest. And if you guys have seen me run Link's Awakening, we don't do any major glitches, so we're opening up all, like, probably 75% of the treasure chests in every dungeon. There's 8 dungeons. So let's just think about that for a moment. That is a lot of chests to open up, which means there's a lot of text that we want to skip, and now we can do it. So that was awesome. That was really cool. And certain areas we did really well in the first run through, and then 2 dungeons, I tried new routes because they are faster. Now I do part of it really well. I was like, this is going to be great. And then I was like, oh shit, I don't have this memorized because it's a new route. And I was like, oh no. So we lost time on a couple of spots because I had forgotten the new route because it's so new to me. Anyways, the rest of Speedrun Sunday we tried. We shaved off on some of best on both. On Mega Man 2, if it was like 1/100th of a second. Nothing much at all. But we shaved off on North American any percent for Contra. Whew. Today's been busy. Sorry, guys. And so, Dream Stream, right? And then we went on and did SG. Oh, that was the whole day for Speedrun Sunday. We didn't PB. All right, roll on forward to mix it up Mondays. On Monday, we had, first off, I was over on Flippity Flam stream. If you guys haven't gotten used to that yet, on Mondays, I do a podcast from 7 to 8 p.m. on Flippity Flam stream. This time, though, I was going to have a guest in DOS Postman. So DOS Postman also joined me for that podcast, and it was great. I really have a lot of fun that we're doing that now. We've talked about it for months, and then for me, I wanted to get a bunch of other stuff done before committing to that, because once that we committed to it, I want to keep it a regularity unless we absolutely have to skip it for some reason. Then Mix Up Mondays came around, and DOS Postman and I played Dead Cells. Oh man, haven't played for 2 weeks, and I would get to the Watcher. Right, the Watcher is the second boss, which is like 5 levels in. I don't know if you count a boss level as a level or if you want to count it as a boss. So depending on how you look at that, depends how many levels in. And so I got there, I beat him, right? I was stoked. I beat him, we get through. And then Jakenheimer was telling me that he had once beaten the Watcher as well. And then when you get to that end point, and then that's it for the alpha portion of the game, right? Because the game's still under creation. And so I get there and I'm like, okay, cool. And he's all telling me, well, there's nothing here for you. I'm like, okay, cool. You can send me back to the beginning and start over again? No, it just kills you instantly. And I was like, what? You could have come something better than just killing me. Like, what the freak? That way I could have taken all my golds for the next run or something. Anyways, so then DOS Postman, well, we went back and forth, but then DOS Postman went one more time again, and then he beat the first boss for the first time that he ever played against that. Well, sorry. He played against him 3 times, and then he beat him finally for the first time ever. And so he was 1 for 3. I think it took me to like the fifth time to beat him, because I didn't know what type of combos I would want for him, and I've learned now the combos that are really good. Like, even though it doesn't do any damage, if you have that frost, what do they call it? Frost Blast, I want to say it's called. It's such a good one. If you got the timing down, just to be able to slow them down or actually freeze them, game changer. You can nullify so many other guys, and it's so much easier to be Super Ninja-like because of it. All right, and then Timed Tuesdays. All right, so Timed Tuesdays, we switched up the category. I was getting a little bit of, irked with the North American any percent. So I was like, you know what? Let's go back to Japanese low percent, because I just know I can shave off time there. And we did. We shaved off 25 seconds, so we got that down to 13:06. I'm trying to make that a harder to attain time, and it's not there yet. I need to get sub 13, and then when I have the sub 13, I'll feel a lot better. But for now, I'm like, someone's going to take my 3rd place from me. I just know it. And so I went to go and look on the leaderboards today, actually, and it got approved. Yes. Then went to go look at all my other categories, which was the Japanese any percent, which I was holding on to 4th place. I'm in 5th now, so I gotta do that one too. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do Japanese any percent. I don't know though. Haven't decided, but I kind of want to get my 4th place standing back, and I really feel I can do it. So we'll see. Mega Man 2. Man, we had some good runs, but anytime we had a really good run, Wily 4, man, at the very top of the level. All right, so what happens is I have to drop down to one of the lowest rungs on the ladder, shoot my item 2, which is a jet, and then climb back up the ladder just high enough, and then drop on down to it, right? What's happening, though, is when I'm supposed to... Oops, let's get my hands in the right spot. Can you not do this? Are you okay? All right. What's happening is when I'm dropping down, I'm supposed to just drop on down. What I'm doing, though, is barely hitting this. And when I hit this, he kind of stalls and then drops down. That stall, though, the jet's just far enough away, it takes off, and I miss it, and I fall onto spikes, insta death, run over. You can't in Mega Man 2, based on the time I have now, there's nowhere to die that it's going to be quick enough. Otherwise, like, there's one spot I died in one of the levels, and it was super quick, where I was like, well, this could be an optimal death in theory, and it still lost 16 seconds. I can't afford to lose 16 seconds in Mega Man 2 now, thankfully, because I've gotten so much better at it. But sadly, that it's gotta be a deathless run for me to continue to improve. And even if it's a deathless run, there's no guarantee that it was improved unless I was actually going fast. or at least faster than my previous best time. So that was the dream streams, guys, and there was so much hype. Thank you guys for all of you who have subbed recently, a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I really appreciate it. I mean, just like when you guys sub here on YouTube, thank you. Thankfully for you guys, you sub it on YouTube is free, but the subs that are supporting me financially through Twitch, and I really appreciate that, guys. You know me, I don't really, unless it's happening, we're not really talking about it much. Besides me being very, very thankful, but we don't really do much hype game in the sense of how many subs I have and things like that. That's just not how I am as a person. It's just the dream stream is about positive energy and positive vibes, not about my bank account. You know what I mean? Anytime we're talking about money, it's more so, hey, are you going to do X, Y, and Z event, right? And I'm like, well, based off that event, this is I estimate all the money out or whatever, and this is what's going to cost, be it the ticket for the event, which usually if I'm going to do the event, I want to do all 3 days or however many days, 2 days, depending the event. Hotel to stay down there, right? Last year, which made it really affordable for TwitchCon, just to give you guys an idea, I was able to stay at a friend's house. Yeah, it was 40 minutes away, but for free, right? So we're talking about the night before the event started. And then the next 2 nights, because then the final day of the event, we just drove home because it's a shorter day that last day, and very affordable, right? Because it's free. Not free this time. It's not that convenient. And then the gas money to get there, right? And so last year was really cheap because I only had to buy, the gas and the tickets. I was able to scrum up money for that. This time it's a little different just because, like I said, the whole hotel thing. Okay, so again, I don't, it's for you guys. It's for you guys to dream with me, and that's why also I do these things. These things here, I'm not making money off of this. I do this because I want you. For those of you, maybe you can catch my stream once a week based off your time zone, right? So your time zone, maybe you're able to watch me in the morning, but that means I'm ending at my evening. I only got like an hour or so. So you caught it, you enjoyed it, but you want a little bit more. You're like, what happened these other days? Like, should I even tune in? And these are the kind of things that I'm doing so you guys have a better idea of what's going on and other ways we go about looking forward with our forward trajectory, right? Because we're always trying to achieve something every single day, every single week, every month, every year, okay? And everyone's got different things they want to achieve, and that's great. That's fine. As long as no one's getting hurt, you'll hear me say that all the time. As long as nobody else is getting hurt, this is good, and we're going to keep moving forward, and you keep on being you. So other things that I did, workouts were great this last week. I missed this Mondays, both from just like mental exhaustion and both timing. It was a combination there where with my mental exhaustion, I didn't want to stress myself out because, like, for me, okay, so it's like, oh, well, General, you're not supposed to miss a workout, right? For me, when I work out, I hate half-assing a workout. I much rather take a full extra recovery day and then come back and crush it because I know I'm not going to, I know I'm not going to half-ass it, right? It's like, oh, well, you should have gone to the gym. It's like, I know I should have gone to the gym. You think I don't know? You see that thing back there? It's reminding me I need to go to the gym. And so today's workout, killer. I crushed it, and it felt really, really good. For now, I rarely work out on Sundays or Tuesdays because I speed run in the evening on those days, and that's really physically taxing, especially on my forearms, into my shoulders, into my neck, and those are my trouble areas. If you don't count my knee, which just the joint itself, but like muscular wise, my forearm, my shoulders, my neck, those are my muscle stress areas. And so those days, if I can avoid working out on those days, I avoid working out on those days. Once bowling comes back around, I'll probably start working out again on either Sunday or Tuesday. Probably most likely Tuesday. But once we get there, we get there. Anyways, so, I wanted to get that working on Monday. We didn't. It's an extra day off, I guess, this week. I also have to accept it and just keep on moseying on forward. Other things that were good, guys, okay. So if your goal, again, is to create a business with whatever it is that you're creating with your brand, with your personality, be it streaming, be it play now videos, be it things along those lines. You have to remember at some point you're going to make money if you're creating a business. If you're doing it as a hobby, you'll probably be safe unless your hobby is very extreme and you already know it's on the fringe or the edge of pushing what's safe and not safe. Then you already know you should probably be doing this game plan already. But okay, if you're doing a business, at some point you need a lawyer, be it for trademarking, copyright, making sure all your legal things are in order. And there's all different kinds of tiers. So I'm just talking about trademarking, copywriting, and making sure all that legal stuff when it comes to somebody else trying to attack you or sue you or cease and desist you, you have the protections in place. That's one of the things I did today, and I feel so much better now that I've had that conversation. I have to complete that email to him so that we can continue our conversation even further and get it all completely set in place. And these are all really important things that you guys have to consider when going the next level. And I always tell people it's better to be safe than sorry. Do your research, know who you're working with, because not just because they like any doctor can cut somebody wrong, right? So any lawyer could give you bad advice, right? I mean, realistically, this is a person talking to you because they have a better understanding of the law and thus whatever degree of the law you're dealing with, and thus you're trusting their word on said issue. Do some research, make sure you know who you're dealing with before you're like, yes, you're my guy. Otherwise, that's going to suck when you hit that point in time where the shit hits the fan. Don't let that happen, guys. That's what these things are here for. To be like, oh yeah, duh. Mark it on your calendar somewhere. Put a reminder in there. Hey, maybe you can't deal with it right now. That's fine. Maybe your channel's not big enough or your business isn't big enough. Okay. But you need to address that at some point. Put a reminder in your phone. Put a reminder on your calendar. Something that you always know. Be like, ding. And you're like, oh crap, it has been 30 days. I need to start doing that now. I put it on the back burner for 30 days. I need to schedule a day. I need to schedule a couple hours where I'm going to actually research this and get my thing covered, because you cannot work this hard, which I know how hard I work. So I'm assuming you guys are working that hard, probably harder. And thus, are you going to throw it all away because you didn't make time for it? Good. The answer is no. I'm not going to throw it away. So you guys should not be doing that either. So that was really good. What else today? Gosh, the workout was nice and tough. That, like I said earlier, that was awesome. And a couple of other things I'll need to be doing for myself. Now, again, I don't know what your guys' situation is, but things that I need to do to keep on taking care of myself, I'm going to need to make sure to go and get my eye checked. I don't have eye insurance anymore. That dropped off a long time ago. So when it came to insurances and things along those lines, that was one of the ones I was like, well, I'll be okay for a while. And then now I went and checked my files and things like that. I was like, holy crap, it's been way too long. And I'm blind. I know you guys don't think that or whatever. Maybe you don't even notice I have glasses on half the time. But to know that I'm not really screwing myself up, I gotta do these things. And yes, it's gonna cost money. I know it sucks, but I need to know the information. Thus, once I know the information, I can then make the next appropriate decision based off of having the information in front of me. Dreamers, like I said, yesterday was awesome. We PB'd. I'm gonna put that link right here for you. Guys, remember tomorrow we're going to keep on daydreaming. If you wouldn't mind subscribing on over here. And dreamers, I will catch you on another edition of Daydream.